What's up, you guys, and welcome to Toxic Tay. It is your favorite homegirl here, the Taylor May. If y'all ain't peed, I'm gonna go ahead and point it out to you. Yeah, I told y'all last week Toxic Tay was going under some renovations. Your girl, I'm on my Ari Lennox. I just got my little new apartment or whatever. Yeah, so as I'm going on those changes and stuff, you guys are definitely gonna see the show start to evolve a little bit more. We're gonna get a little bit more of an aesthetic going, even though we know I'm the aesthetic. You're the aesthetic in your life. You don't need no clothes. You don't need all that. All you need is you show up as your whole full self. But nonetheless, I'm about to get right though. We understand and get it as a content creator. Like, these things are important, they're imperative, and being able to get people want to tune in, like what they see and stuff. Come on, your image is your money maker. But I hope y'all been having a great week. I hope y'all been doing well, doing great. This episode, honestly, like, y'all, when I tell y'all, I have really just been floored this year at the goodness of God, and I hit on it, like, I think it was like too many pods ago. I dropped one. I just really talked about, being able to truly have faith in God and being thankful for the things that He's done for me and done in my life. And it's something that I've really been honing in on and grasping this year has been just, being able to truly stand in and have faith. And I think a lot of the times what makes it hard for us to have faith is, we are often moved by sight. And, faith is being able to trust those feelings, trust the things that you don't see. And as you guys have seen, this season I really got into what it's like to really authentically be in your feelings, to own those, to walk in those. And, they still from the perspective of once you start to having faith, once you start trusting in God and stuff, you start making, decisions for the better and whatnot. A lot of the times, like, you do not see instant gratification for those things. They do not happen right away. Better doesn't instantly feel good, and you got to see it in the Hotel Hero series, which you guys get more information about in a later video. But just to touch on that, because it was a beautiful point made, I talked about, that first step being the hardest step, and the person I was interviewing was like, they wanted to challenge it and say, it's the consistency that is actually the hardest part of the journey. And honestly, like, I won't piggyback on that and say, hell yeah, like, that first step is hard, but the consistency and being able to constantly keep doing it, keep taking that first step. Because what you learn as you grow and as you heal and as you work on yourself, as you get into, who you are, you start to find your purpose and your path in life. What you start to see is like, every day changes. What worked for you yesterday might not be working for you today. What worked for you today did not apply yesterday. And it's just a lot of, unlearning and relearning with yourself, applying and reapplying, doing and undoing. And, I've learned that being able to be consistent and trust yourself and keep that faith through those things, like, you have to trust what you feel. You cannot go into it try to trust what you see, because if you are moving only by sight, you moving only by the things that you see, you're gonna quit, you're gonna give up, you're gonna not want to do it, you're gonna question it, you're gonna live in worry, fear, doubt, insecurity. Like, but in order to really get that confidence, to get that momentum going, in order to find, that consistency, you have to have your faith. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like, getting right with God, like, it does wonders. It does so much for you. And I'm only a walking testament to somebody that has chose to only have faith in God. Like, I said this, I think maybe like the third episode, like, my healing journey, my journey with self, it didn't just start, this year. I didn't just start wake up today and just like, oh yeah, like, I want to be a better person. Like, this is years of progress. This is 4 years worth of me, really getting in that bad with myself and saying, I want more, I want better for myself, willing to sit and start to get uncomfortable with myself. And while it hasn't been easy, like, it definitely has been worth it. Like, it has came with so many triumphs, a lot of trials too and stuff, because what you learn is, sometimes it's not that God is really making you His toughest soldier. Sometimes it's just we hard-headed. Like, and like, to say it hard-headed, but it's all, yeah. And so as I continue to walk this thing, I continue, to really find myself and ground myself, just being able to trust in the things that I feel and stuff, being able to continue to work and keep working and applying myself when it doesn't feel like, my content is getting out there. It doesn't feel like people are tuned in and whatnot. And of course, I'm speaking for myself. I tell y'all every episode, you take what I'm saying and apply it to you in your life. When you're trying and you're going, for that promotion or whatnot, you chasing, that design idea, that business idea that you had, that restaurant idea or whatever it may be. You want to get into podcasting, you want to make it to the NFL, NBA, you want to see your music career take off, whatever it may be, just being able to consistently see yourself as being able to reach that epitome of who you want to be, being able to trust and believe that all that you want for yourself can manifest better, even more, being able to trust and believe that all that God has said and promised to you is going to manifest and happen. It takes a lot. Like, you know, like I'm locking in on the topic of faith right now because at the end of the day, like there's faith, and then that's the umbrella, as they say. There's faith, and then there's everything else that's attached to it. That's why, you know, healing your inner child is so important. That's why accountability becomes imperative. That's why self-awareness is so important. That's why healthy relationships become so important to you. That's why not being afraid of yourself becomes important. Finding confidence becomes important, because all of those things are make up what allows us to be able to have faith in ourselves, be able to trust in the things that we're doing for ourselves, and that they'll manifest and come to be. And I don't know about y'all, but like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited to keep seeing what this thing gonna be, what life is gonna be, and where it's gonna take off. And I have nobody to thank but God. Like, yo, to my own horn a little bit and whatnot. Like, if it was not for God, like, yo, I'm 24. I'm a year into my career. I started my podcast. I just moved myself into an upgraded 2-bedroom apartment. Like, nobody but him. And I can say, and I'm doing this baby free. Like, no, again, and I'm not knocking nobody with kids, because I tell you right now, I know some young mothers, and they some real steppers. They some hard steppers, some big boss real hitters. But for me and my narrative and stories, I'm getting all of this and done all of this literally for nobody but God. And I can tell you at 24 why I'm here, where I'm at, doing the things I'm doing, why I've evolved the way I have, is because of him. Literally, my trust in him and believing that through all the traumas, all the failed relationships, broken friendships, all of the hurt, all of the pain, all of the good times, all of the amazing memories, the funny memories, all of the love I've experienced, all of the accolades I've gained, through just every win that I've taken, also every loss, there has been nobody there as consistent for me as God has. And so just being able to really keep trusting in him, keep believing in him, and just, you know, to see his work truly manifest, like, y'all, like, it's lit. Like, gang, like, you know, I'm at a loss of words, because, you know, it's just one thing too, like, you know, I say it all the time, like, it's just one thing when you like really learning it and stuff, you're becoming aware of things and stuff, you're starting to acknowledge areas that you need to work on, you start to acknowledge, you know, relationships that you need to better or that you need to let go of, you start to acknowledge, you know, the good things about yourself and whatnot, you just, you know, you start to gain awareness about yourself. That's one thing. But once you start becoming accountable, you start doing those things and you start reaping the benefits. And again, like I said, it's not going to be an instant gratification. That's why the consistency part gets so hard. And, you know, it's somewhat difficult because it takes so much just to keep making those steps and stuff. Like, it is exhausting working on yourself. It's exhausting bettering yourself. It's exhausting doing more for yourself. And so once you start to actually do that and you start to find your rhythm and your consistency with yourself, like, you do wake up one day and it's like, damn, like, shit, I'm headed out. But at the same time, it's like, while you're actually in it, you're getting through it. Like, it does not feel that way. But I'm here to tell you today, stick it through. Keep going. Don't give up. Like, you have to be your biggest fan. More importantly, you got to be God's biggest fan. Like, I'm telling you, like, you and God, you got to be locked in. Wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do. If you're not locked in with the man upstairs, I'm here to tell you, like, I don't really know. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure there's somebody else that has a narrative and that can tell you and give you help that isn't, you know, grounded in faith, that isn't going to tell you, like, you know, God made this happen for me. God did all of this. God is why I am who I am. I am because he is. It's not, you know, there's probably somebody else that can do that. That's not me. This ain't that. You know, this podcast here, like, you know, we big on that. We big on, like, yeah, shout out to the man out there. Shout out to Big G. My boy holds it down. So I hope that you guys are having a great day. Hope y'all have an amazing week. It's October. We 10 months in, and honestly, boom, here we go. Theme of the month is faith. Like, right off. Y'all know I make content as I go, and I hadn't came up with the theme of the month yet for this month. And I started not to do it. I'm like, dang, you know, we 12 days in, it don't really matter. But no, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get one. The theme of the month for October, faith. Okay? Faith. Make up all things. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and have future. Y'all about messed up the verse, because I was going to say Hebrews 11, verse 1. Faith is confidence in the things that we hope for and assurance in the things we do not see, which really both of them apply. But yeah, I study. Y'all know I study every time. I mess up. I be talking too fast, whatever. But boom, them two scriptures go to the theme of the month. But yeah, we having faith. We going up. I'll tune in with y'all next week. I'm ready to drop the Hometown Hero series. Like I said, I'll be dropping another video coming up with a little bit more information about that. And keep watching us work. Keep watching me work. Like, let's get it. Let's get it. I hope that you were inspired to keep doing you, because y'all be inspiring me. Y'all messages, y'all love, y'all support, it inspires me so much to keep going and whatnot. So I just want to let y'all know it's all love. And I appreciate everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll see you guys next week.